Hi, everybody. I'm so excited to share with you my spring seasonal reset process. I've run this a few years now. I haven't shared it in a while, and I thought it'd be a fun thing to do since it's springtime. I'm already going through my own personal reset process. I know people are getting into decluttering and spring cleaning and new beginnings and all of that. And so I find it really great to take time to slow down, pull back, and to really reset, realign with your goals, your values, all of that important stuff, and do the things that will help set you up for success. So I actually have 5 days of content to share with you during this reset challenge. So today is going to be day 1 of that video series for you that you can do at your own pace. You can follow along with me. Or if you're catching this later on, then even if it isn't spring, it is still a great opportunity to take time to go through this process, to pull back, reassess, and check how you're doing so that you can really make the next 90 days, this next season, your best yet, and manifest and achieve your goals and your ideal lifestyle and leadership impact that you are really dreaming of. So whether you're an organization person looking for support in your managing of your leaders, or you are a leader looking for support in managing your teams, or if you are a person looking for support in getting to that thriving energy daily, then this series is going to be a lot of fun for you. So stay tuned. And we're going to talk today on day 1 all about the power of alignment, which is the first step in this reset process. So stick around, and I can't wait to tell you all about it. So for those of you that are new here, I'm Sarah Francescuti. I'm an executive leadership coach, and I have been focused on personal development and leadership mastery for years. And I found that one of the most important sort of routines or approaches to bring into life is actually having this reset regularly. I tend to do it in the spring because spring, as you know, is a beautiful time for new beginnings. It's also my birthday month in March. And so the part after March always feels like a beginning of a new year for me, and kind of new beginnings as well. So I'm excited to take you through this process. This is something that I've run multiple times within my Exhale and Thrive community over the years, and one that I go through regularly. And I've naturally been going through this process internally, but I thought it would be fun to actually do it with you all together, and you can go through your own journey as well. So if you want to pull out a pen and paper, we can work through some of the questions together, like a little bit of a workshop, or you can actually download my little workbook that I have created for the seasonal reset. It's just a PDF download that you can download and you can type into, or you can print off and use as kind of journal pages. So day 1 is all around alignment. And this is the part around taking the time to set intentions, making sure you're aligned with your goals and your visions. And if you don't have those, then maybe that will come up as we are talking today. But I bet you do have them, even if they aren't top of mind. So one of the things that we really want to make sure we're doing before you get into any action is to making sure that you're aligned first. Because, you know, if you're not aligned with your goals, then you can be in tons of action but not making progress. And this is where it can feel like you're working but not seeing the impact. It can feel like you're burning yourself out, perhaps because the effort that you're putting in isn't actually having the outcome that you are looking for. So the 3 key points that I want to talk with you about today is going to be first touching on your values, your why statement. Looking at your big goals will be the second piece. And then the third point is going to be committing to a new mindset activity daily that will help you remember to stay aligned with those visions and those goals every single day. So pull out your workbook. If you want to pause the video and download that first and then come back and catch up, that's fine. Or if you want to just journal along or just listen, if you are not in a place where you can actually be writing right now, then just listen, and I'm sure things will still come up as we're going along. So the first step is around writing out your deepest personal values and why statement. And this is all around knowing what's important to you at this phase in your life. So for me, family and relationships are probably my most number 1 important piece. I have a young daughter. I have a wonderful husband. I'm wanting to have more connection with family and friends now, especially this time of the year. This is where, you know, there's a lot more social connections and, you know, time outside, barbecues and walks with friends and all that kind of stuff. So remembering to take time to connect with your values. For me, it's relationships with myself and others, family, friends, my community, all of that. And my why statement, I actually wanted, instead of putting a why statement in today, I wanted to actually reconnect to my vision and my mission, or kind of my theme for this year, which is around an inspired ease and inspired action. And so I chose that specifically because I wanted to be reconnecting to that inspired energy daily, instead of feeling like, the opposite of inspired, where, you're kind of just going along in the motions, but you're not actually fully engaged, you're not fully present, all of that. I also want to have that creative, inspired activities. And that's what inspired me to do this video series for you, actually, was to remember and reconnect with that theme for the year, and then to look and see whether I was connecting with that or not. And I wasn't. The last few weeks, I've been feeling a little bit disconnected, been focused on other things. And so the inspired energy wasn't really happening as much. So we have this inspired ease is what my goal is for the year, my theme. And so by remembering what your theme is for the year, what your goals are, will really help you then kind of say, well, am I aligned with it or not? And if you're not, well, then just even remembering it really makes a big difference. So I'd highly recommend checking that out and seeing how that's going for you. I'd also love to hear what your themes are, your goals, or your values are for you right now. If you want to put them in the comments, I think that would be great to inspire others to come up with theirs or share theirs as well. So that's super fun. Just even having that itself, having that intention set, can make a massive difference if you do nothing else. If this is the only thing you take away from this challenge or this video series, then that will make a huge impact. You can also look at it as more as like your desired feelings. How do you want to feel? Maybe you want to feel energized. Maybe you want to feel peaceful. Maybe you want to feel, I don't know, organized. Maybe you want to feel connected. I know some people who had their themes for this year was around being connected in nature, or really focusing on self-care, or whatever it's going to be for you. And it's going to be different at different phases for everybody. But tapping into that is huge. So that's the first point for today. The second one is connecting with your big goals for the next 90 days. And so maybe you have some already and maybe you don't. But if you look at the first piece, what's your theme or your values and your mission, and then look at what needs to shift to be able to help you create that. So one of the things for me that I found dropped off through the winter was my activity, my physical activity. I've been working on morning Pilates and it just wasn't working very well. My dog is having a good time, all the people walking outside today. But I was finding that wasn't working very well. It was kind of flaring up my issues with my back and stuff. And so I ended up actually committing to getting personal Pilates training once a week. And so that's just been happening this past month. For my birthday month of March, I decided to treat myself to that. And it's been amazing. I haven't been doing a lot. I've only gone for 4 sessions, 4 sessions, and I'm feeling already better in my body. And so that was a huge thing, just to make that one shift. So for you, maybe there is something that you have that you feel isn't quite working for you, or isn't quite aligned with that desired goal or your values, and perhaps you want to make a shift. So for me, it's going to be one of the main focuses around the next 90 days is going to be around my self-care, around my physical health, and getting that taken care of. Another thing that I found that I've been missing has been my meal planning, because I know when I plan and I do prep on the Sundays, I eat better through the week. I feel better about my body. I feel more energized. The whole week goes smoother because I put a few hours in on the weekends. And so those are 2 things I've already done as part of my kind of seasonal spring reset. But there's more as well. And one of them also is around my coaching business piece and around supporting and communicating with all of you. And so I have committed already to do regular YouTube videos and working on promoting my business more because I love coaching. And so I want to be able to be coaching more people. And that's not going to happen if I don't actually talk about what I do and to share that with all of you. And really, even just sharing videos like this really taps into my passion of teaching and uplifting others. So that's something that I'm going to be continuing to do. I actually have like growth goals around that, and have different programs and promotions that I'm going to be doing to help me with that. So that's another piece that I'm going to be looking at. And then the other ones really, other parts of my life are going pretty well right now. So those are the two main pieces. The third one is really taps into that relationship piece. And the other pieces are that's around kind of making more time for family, friends, fun activities with my family, going out to the petting zoo or going on hikes and that kind of sort of summer barbecue parties, that kind of thing. So I'll be making more time and space for those as well. So I'm sharing that just to give you some ideas of what might be out there for you and what might be up in your world right now, and things that you might want to put for goals for this next spring summer season, and really let it kind of come to you. If it's not coming up now, maybe it will over the next day or so, just as kind of your subconscious is percolating on that. So yeah, I guess to summarize, mine is really around the self-care piece of more exercise, more outdoors, more family time, that kind of getting those base routines in around my meal planning and all of that as well. So those are some great ones, as well as having some good structure around my online marketing and communication presence and sharing lots of fun things with all of you over the next, few months. So you'll see more of that coming out. I can't wait to share that with you. So there's more there, but I think that's enough to get the idea, your next big goals for the next 90 days. And then the third step on the alignment piece is around committing to a daily mindset action so that you start your day in a positive mindset. So if you've woken up, you haven't slept well, and you wake up at a kind of -3 energy, and you don't do anything to shift it, that's going to continue into your whole day. So another piece about the reset that I find really powerful for me anyway, and those that I share this with, is around creating even just a moment. It doesn't have to be an hour of mindset practice like I love to do sometimes. It can even just be a 5-minute guided meditation or inspiring audio. Maybe you watch an inspiring YouTube like this or others that might uplift you, or you read a few pages in a book, something to shift you into that aligned state. Maybe it's a quick review of your goals for the next 90 days, or perhaps it is having an affirmation in the morning while you brush your teeth or something like that. Some gratitude practices in the morning. I encourage you to make it as big or as little, but not to really look at it like it has to be big to be valuable. It could be small and it'll still make an impact. So I encourage you to look into that. So I found one of the practices that really has worked well for me over the last year or so. I've been doing it intermittently lately, but it was every morning for a while. I was writing out 10 items or things in my life that I was grateful for and why. And that was super powerful. Even on the days when I felt maybe not so happy about things for whatever reason, that really transformed it. And so that was a really great one. Though I also have found even just being grateful for the fact that I had a soft bed to sleep in, that I have running water to brush my teeth in the morning, that I have food on the table for breakfast, that I get to sit with my family before the day starts. Even just moments like that can shift your mindset powerfully. So that's all I have for you today, is the 3 steps to really help get you aligned with what's important to you and aligned to your bigger vision for your leadership role, for your life, for your impact you want to have in your community, whatever that's going to be. It's going to be different for everybody. And that's part of why I wanted to keep this sort of general and generic. And then you can hone it into specifics around how you want your team to be functioning, how you want to be showing up as a leader, all of those types of things. I'd love to dive into that deeper with you if you're looking for individual support. I have some fun programs going on, so I'll link them below if you want to dive into some details around that and find out more. So I will link that below, as well as the workbook for this. It's super simple. I've just kept it really easy and minimal, and you can just download that or use the questions to journal in a book that you already have, whatever you'd like. So stay tuned for tomorrow. We're going to do day 2. It's all going to be around the idea of the pause paradox. And so I want to share that with you because I know that a lot of high achieving leaders like yourself will struggle with the pausing piece, even though it is crucial, and it's what the whole Exhale and Thrive community and idea is really based around. So I can't wait to tell you about that tomorrow on day 2. So stick around for that, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.